I was invited here today because I handle class actions, and I've been looking at this matter for about 2 years to determine the feasibility of filing a class action against major radio stations involving Payola. It's a very complicated issue, as you might expect. In terms of background, Commissioner Edelstein asked a rhetorical question: where would the next local artist come from, the next Elvis Presley? Under the current system, it's obvious that's not going to occur. There is not going to be a WDIA. For those of you who are local folks and know that WDIA is the first African American radio station in the country, where B.B. King got started, Rufus Thomas, the Howlin' Wolf got his start. There won't be another WHBQ where a madman, Dewey Phillips, invited Elvis Presley down in 1956 to the Chiska Hotel right here in downtown Memphis and interviewed him and played "That's All Right Mama," and the phone rang off the wall. That's not going to happen in the current system. We have a saccharine organization. Commissioner Edelstein gave a speech in November 2003 which made this observation and asked this question. He said, quote, "Today Payola could mean influencing artists and musicians to play at certain concerts or in certain venues that benefit their radio broadcasters. It could come in the form of lunches or cocktail parties where music companies pay thousands of dollars just to talk with radio programmers from increasingly consolidated companies. And it could take the form of music companies paying, quote, independent promoters, end quote, who in turn pay radio companies for the privilege of consulting for the station and getting early notice of the station's playlist." And Commissioner Edelstein was speaking to a group of lawyers, the Federal Communications Bar Association. He said, "Now isn't that a bit backwards? In most industries, the company receiving the benefit of outside consultants pays for those services. How many consultants or lawyers in this room want to pay your clients to take your advice?" I think you get my point. So the question is, what can be done from a legal standpoint, separate and apart from the administrative setting of the FCC and the Spitzer investigations and the Spitzer actions? I've been looking at this for 2 years along with a lawyer from Chicago, George Zelps, who's here. George, raise your hand. We actually had, George had signed a client, an artist. I had signed a client. Both got cold feet. Both feared retaliation from the music industry. George talked to one of the leading names, one of the leading entertainers in this country, and never could get a commitment. There are not many artists that are willing to step forward and take on the record industry for fear of retaliation.